Want to pass the DMV driving test on your first try? Test yourself with these 50 theory test questions and answers, and find out how ready you are. All right, let's jump in. If you approach a stop sign, you should A. Proceed with caution. B. Come to a complete stop before the crosswalk. C. Be alert because a school crossing is approaching. Correct. Come to a complete stop before the crosswalk. A yellow traffic sign like this one warns us of A. Right lane reduction. B. No passing zone. C. Construction zone. That's right. Right lane reduction. What should you do when you see a pedestrian with a white cane? A. Stop completely and give way. B. Honk your horn to alert the pedestrian. C. Change to the farthest lane and give them space. Good observation. Stop completely and give way. A red triangle tells drivers A. School zone ahead. B. No passing zone. C. Yield. That's correct. It is a yield sign. If you are at a red light and it turns green but traffic is blocking the intersection, when should you proceed? A. After the other vehicles leave. B. As fast as I can. C. When the intersection is clear. Well spotted. When the intersection is clear. You should adjust your vehicle's rear view mirrors so that A. Don't have to turn your head to see in the mirrors. B. You don't need to lean forward or backward to see in mirrors. C. Be comfortable to see only in the mirror on the right. That's right. You don't need to lean forward or backward to see in mirrors. What is the maximum distance you can park from the curb or sidewalk? A. 10 inches. B. 12 to 18 inches. C. 15 inches. Nicely done. It is 12 to 18 inches. Traffic signs painted red indicate A. Stop, do not enter, wrong way, yield. B. Circle of roundabouts. C. Construction zones. Correct. They mean stop, do not enter, wrong way, and yield. Every time you prepare to drive before starting the engine, your vehicle must be in A. Reverse. B. Parking or neutral. C. Drive. Good thinking. Parking or neutral. When preparing to drive, you must put on your seatbelt correctly and make sure that A. The car is in drive. B. All passengers also put on their seatbelts. C. Only those under 18 years of age wear their belt. That's correct. All passengers also put on their seatbelts. What does this traffic sign indicate? A. Leave the left lane for faster traffic and move right if you are driving slower. B. Reduce the speed to 20 miles per hour. C. No passing zone. Nice! Leave the left lane for faster traffic and move right if you are driving slower. A sign like this warns us A. A reverse curve right. B. Of a winding road. C. School zone. That's right, of a winding road. When driving behind a truck, you must A. Stay as close to the truck as possible. B. Stay far enough back so the truck driver can see you in their mirrors. C. Stay 3 seconds away from the truck. Good observation. Stay far enough back so the truck driver can see you in their mirrors. When reaching an intersection with this traffic sign, we must know that it is prohibited. A. To continue straight. B. To turn right. C. To make a U-turn. Correct. To make a U-turn. When preparing to drive, the seatbelt must be correctly placed in such a way. A. That passes through the lap through the chest tight above the hip. B. Let it pass under the right arm. C. Only by the waist. That's correct. That passes through the lap through the chest tight above the hip. If you approach a stop sign without visible stop lines, you must stop firmly. A. Without blocking the pedestrian path. B. Where you have better visibility. C. 1 feet before the stop sign. Well spotted. Without blocking the pedestrian path. What is the warning of this traffic sign? A. Road narrows. B. Single lane transition. C. Narrow underpass. That's right. Narrow underpass. If you approach a railroad crossing without control signals, you should be prepared to A. Go as fast as possible. B. Slow down, listen, and watch out for any trains approaching. C. Stop completely at the railroad crossing and check for approaching trains. Good thinking. Slow down and listen and watch for any trains approaches. When you drive on a street with double continuous lines, the driver must know that A. Right turn is not allowed. B. Passing is not permitted in that area. C. You are not allowed to exceed your speed more than 20 miles per hour. Correct. Passing is not permitted in that area. What is this signal named? A. Four-way stop. B. Turn right. C. Crossroad. That's right. Crossroad. Always stop before turning right on a red light and look both ways to see A. If there are pedestrians or cyclists in the crosswalk. B. Any vehicles coming. C. If there's any traffic accidents. Nicely done. If there are pedestrians or cyclists in the crosswalk. Brakes may fail on wet roads with large puddles because of A. Wet brake components. B. Low tire pressure. C. Engine overheating. Correct. Wet brake components. After correctly adjusting your rear-view mirrors, you must remember that A. You won't have to worry about the blind spot. B. The mirrors still leave blind spots, so look over your shoulder. C. You must lean forward to correctly mirrors. That's correct. The mirrors still leave blind spots, so look over your shoulder. If a truck in the right lane is reversing to enter a space, you should A. Honk the truck to alert the driver. B. Pass as fast as you can. C. Stay a safe distance from the truck and wait. Good observation. Stay a safe distance from the truck and wait. This sign warns us of A. Steep upward or downward slope. B. Slow moving vehicle. C. Truck entrance route. That's right, a steep upward or downward slope. If a law enforcement officer stops you and finds you have a blood alcohol level of 0.08 or higher, A. You will receive a fine of $500. B. Your vehicle's license plates are suspended. C. Your driver's license will be suspended. Correct. Your driver's license will be suspended. Drivers sometimes adopt incorrect ways when driving. The correct way to drive is A. With one hand on the wheel and the other in a comfortable place. B. With both hands holding the steering wheel. C. With one hand holding the center of the steering wheel. Nice. With both hands holding the steering wheel. If you approach an intersection with broken traffic lights, how should you proceed? A. Pass slowly with caution. B. Just like a four-way stop sign. C. Stop and yield to all vehicles on the right. That's correct. Just like a four-way stop sign. A flashing red light indicate A. Stop and proceed with caution when all is clear. B. Proceed with caution. C. School zone on alert. Well spotted. Stop and proceed with caution when all is clear. A white rectangular-shaped sign indicate A. The minimum speed allowed. B. The maximum speed allowed. C. No passing zone. Correct. The maximum speed allowed. The low beams of your vehicle must be placed from A. 12 p.m. until sunset. B. 5 p.m. until 12 p.m. C. Dusk till dawn. That's right, dusk till dawn. A flashing yellow light at an intersection tells you that the driver must A. Make a stop and check for oncoming traffic. B. Slow down and proceed with caution. C. Proceed as if you were at a four-way stop sign. Good thinking. Slow down and proceed with caution. If two drivers arrive at an intersection controlled by a four-way stop sign at the same time, A. The driver on the right has the right-of-way first. B. The driver on the left has the right-of-way. C. A driver can continue driving without stopping. Correct. The driver on the right has the right-of-way first. If you unlawfully obtain a handicap parking certification to park, what penalty will be imposed? A. A warning for being the first time. B. A fine of $500 and up to 6 months in prison. C. A $300 fine for the first time. That's correct. a fine of $500 and up to 6 months in prison. If a car suddenly cuts in front of you in your lane and is going to crash into you, A. Honk your horn, flash your lights, brake hard, and move to the right edge. B. Slam on the brakes and steer your car to the left. C. Honk and head to the left lane. Nicely done. Honk your horn and flash your lights, brake hard, and move to the right edge. You are stopped on a railway line. The train finishes passing so you can proceed. When A. The train is 500 feet away. B. You are sure another train doesn't come. C. The train is 1,000 feet away. That's right. You are sure another train doesn't come. This warning sign alerts us that there is soon A. School zone. B. A divided highway that begins. C. Dead-end road. Correct. A divided highway that begins. Never make last-minute turns. If you're not in the correct lane, A. Drive to the next intersection and then turn from the correct lane. B. Sound your horn and do it with caution. C. Make hand signals to give way. Good observation. Drive to the next intersection and then turn from the correct lane. Can someone drink alcohol and drive safely? A. No one can drink alcohol and drive safely. B. Yes, if you can stay awake while driving. C. Yes, if you handle so much alcohol. That's correct. No one can drink alcohol and drive safely. There are intersections with control signals that have sensors to detect vehicles when A. A car stops 15 feet from the crosswalk. B. A car stops after the pedestrian line. C. A car stops with a red light behind the pedestrian line. Well spotted. A car stops with a red light behind the pedestrian line. Alcohol reduces all the skills necessary to drive safely, such as A. Judgment, reaction, vision, and concentration. B. The taste. C. The smell. Correct. Judgment, reaction, vision, and concentration. When we reach an intersection, we notice a sign like this. What does it tell us? A. Do not turn in any direction. B. Right turn prohibited. C. Left turn prohibited. That's right. Right turn prohibited. If a passenger over 18 years of age travels without a seatbelt in the front seat, who will be fined? A. The driver. B. The passenger. C. Neither of them. That's right, the passenger. All drivers and passengers in vehicles made after 1972 must wear a seatbelt unless A. Have a medical certificate stating that you cannot put on the seatbelt. B. Who is over 65 years old. C. A passenger has a medical condition. That's correct. A passenger has a medical condition. If you are driving on a road and see this traffic sign on your right, it tells us that we are approaching A. A railway crossing. B. A school zone. C. A no passing zone. Correct, it is a railway crossing. What is the warning of this traffic sign? A. Height of a bridge. B. Narrow underpass. C. Narrow bridge. That's right, it's a narrow bridge. What is the first thing that alcohol affects? A. The vision. B. The coordination. C. The judgment of a person. That's right, the judgment of a person. If you are driving on a multi-lane road and a car suddenly cuts into your lane and cuts you off, you should A. Honk immediately. B. Increase your speed to leave that driver behind. C. Slow down and stay calm. Nicely done. Slow down and stay calm. When driving down a street, you can find a sign like this. What does it tell us? A. Can't go straight. You must turn right or left. B. Two-lane highway. C. Turning is not allowed. Correct. Can't go straight. 70 miles per hour is the maximum speed at A. Residential area. B. Highway. C. Construction zone. That's right. Highway. Thanks for watching.